anything that government involved is needs to be significantly and wholly based on a secular approach. The recent Supreme Court cases starting in 2019 with American Legion versus American Humanist Association talking about memorial crosses, shirtless versus the city of Boston dealing with flags, and then most recently Kennedy versus Bremerton School, the court began to recognize the important role that traditional viewing of the Establishment Clause has in the health and welfare of our citizens and the nation. And what the school chaplain amendment does, it puts in a process to draw upon those historical practices and understanding. How this is not meant, it's meant to be an opportunity for emotional, mental strength for both the students and that desire, and families desire, and the parents and teachers that desire to participate. Voluntary, that puts it out to 2025 before the fall of 2025 before the can actually be have a chaplain designated, and in the schools allows us time to come back in our next legislative session to address further concerns if there's an interest. So with that, Mr. Chair, be glad to.
Hi there, good evening.
Hi, Rachel, turn your camera on.
Unfortunately, do not have a camera. May I still speak?
Yes, we'll give you a little bit of time. Where are you from and who do you represent?
I'm here representing myself. My name is Rachel Chambliss, and I am the Executive Director of Operations with the Satanic Temple. I appreciate the opportunity to speak on my own behalf this evening. I have been closely monitoring the development of the proposed HB 514. Should this bill be enacted, it would create an unprecedented opportunity for our ministers of Satan to have a permanent presence in Utah's public schools. While I would strongly prefer that Utah and other states do not enact bills that mingle religion with state functions, I can personally attest to the fact that the Satanic Temple, committed to the principles of equal religious representation and community service, is ready to embrace this new potential role within Utah's communities. I'm enthusiastic about the possibility of our satanic clergy contributing to the educational and emotional development of Utah's youth. And I know that our ministers of Satan are eager to take an active role in enriching Utah's educational landscape. Thank you again for your time this evening.
Thank you. Representative Birkeland.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. I remember sitting in a meeting through the interim, and one of our colleagues who was active in the military talked with great appreciation for the chaplain that served them while they were there, and talked about the long, long lines of these big, tough service members who just needed someone to talk to, and the massive impact they had in just being that listening ear. And if that's a tool that we can use for kids in the school, then I'm grateful to have that tool. I would just like to ask, if I may, a question of the sponsor. We just heard a comment a moment ago about the Church of Satan. I think there's something along those lines. Is there anything that you know of that can be written similar to how the military does it? Because I can't imagine that we have any chaplains who are part of the Church of Satan providing these services in the military. And I'm just wondering if you're willing to kind of look at how we align with that, so that we don't. It's one thing to have a listening ear, right? And it's one thing to have someone who just is going to be there to listen to you. But I'll be blunt. I don't want someone who professes their loyalty to Satan in our schools. And I would like to make sure that you're going to work on ensuring that can't happen.
Thank you for the question, Mr. Chair. As you look at the First of all, the constitutionality question, we have returned to sound constitutional principle, and I think it's reflected in the Chief Justice's comment that says that we need to reference historical practices and understandings in what we do, and there needs to be a tie to that. In line 43, in response to all the other concerns, including this question, that we address the qualifications for a chaplain that can include, but is not limited to those stated objectives there. Again, this is a clearly opt-in, and this is a process bill that puts in place the opportunity to address those things. The very fact that we wait until the fall of 2025 is to give us time to work through those issues if there's those that would want to be involved, and there's certainly a commitment to do that in an appropriate constitutional manner.
Thank you.
Thank you.